that's a vibe. It's a vibe, that's a vibe. Yeah.
What's good, guys? It is day number 2. Yesterday, man, I forgot my GoPro batteries at home, and so I only had the one in the GoPro, and of course, you know, that thing only lasted about an hour and a half maybe, and then that was it. I did take a couple clips on my phone, which I'll, you know, if I haven't thrown in already, I'll throw in now. But we got the motor out, got everything cleaned up, hit it with the super, what is that stuff called? The purple power. That stuff is amazing, man. So we hit it with that, cleaned it all up, pressure washed it, got everything all nice and clean looking. And I had some difficulties yesterday trying to get the crank pulley off. I have to reuse the one off the B20 because I don't have a keyway for the motor that I got. It didn't come with one. So I did have a crank pulley, but I need that keyway. I was gonna order one, but I figured why not just use the one that's on there already. So I gotta pick up a tool today, get that crank pulley taken off. Alright guys, just a little update. Got the timing cover on, crank pulley, alternator. Got a few hoses right here put on. Took these off the old motor and put that on. This one here, this one here. Alright. Oil filter on. What else? I think that's pretty much it so far. Just been knocking out all this little stuff, but that's it so far. I'll keep updating you guys little by little. Alright guys, got the transmission off. It took way too long and it took way too much work. I made the rookie mistake of not taking off the pan that goes from the transmission to the engine first while it was mounted in the car, so that took a while to get to moving it around, and I figured with just taking the two off that mount to the bottom of the block that I'd be able to get it off, but that was not the case. I had to take all the bolts off, get the pan entirely off, and I also forgot to take this off, so I had to move those two bolts also from the bottom of the block, and then with some wiggling and jiggling it was able to come off. So got it off, and this thing is disgusting, man. Nasty, nasty stuff. And look at this bearing right here. Jesus, that thing has seen better days. So thankfully we got a new one of those with the clutch kit that we got. So we're gonna put that on, and I'm gonna degrease the crap out of this thing with some Purple Power. Go to town with a pressure washer, get it all nice and clean, and then we'll be able to go ahead and bolt it back up to the engine, and then start getting that thing put back in. So hopefully not too much longer here. All right, guys, got the 1320 motor mounts in. Bam, bam, bam. Been over here just talking, not really doing a whole lot. That's what happens when you have other car people around. Do a whole lot of talking, not a whole lot of working. So that's what's been happening. Transmission is actually now bolted on. That 1320, I'm sorry, the 1320, Jesus Christ. That Purple Power is amazing. Cleaned it up real nice. Real nice, real nice. And it's probably loud because of the fan, so I apologize. But we're gonna throw this in right now. See how it goes. Day number 3. Cannot feel my arms. My back hurts. My neck hurts. Pain in places I didn't know I could have pain. But the motor is in. And we're starting to button up all the cables, all the harnesses, the plugs, whatever you want to call them. I'm tired, so I'm not going to get stuff right here. But anyways, plugging this stuff in. Got the shift linkage hooked up. I got to finish the rest of the wiring that goes all the way that way. All the motor mounts are on. I got one on here. Had to kind of drill out the holes a little bit because I got an aftermarket eBay brand billet mount for here. I'm not going to be able to put the one on this side because that's the AC compressor, you know, bracket won't fit on with the manifold, so I'm not going to run one on this side. So at least I have the one over there, and then along with the 1320 mounts, this thing is solid. It's not moving at all, so should be good with that. I'm gonna get a new distributor cap and rotor today, along with the NGK spark plug wires and spark plugs, so I'll have those sometime later today, I think. So still got to do a few more things before we can get this thing to even try to start cranking over. I got to hook up my braided lines for the catch can and plug in the oil pressure gauge, and just a few more things. So we will see what we get to today. Yesterday I did terrible at recording. I think I just did a few, maybe like an hour of time lapse, and then I cut it. So I might just do the same today. I don't know, I haven't really had the energy to try to focus on all this stuff. I just want to get this done. This is taking super long, so I'll try to do better today, but we'll see. Stay tuned. All right, guys, it's been about 2 more hours or so, and looking a lot more promising now. I got the manifold bolted up, downpipes on. Downpipe doesn't really clear too well. It's hitting what is that, the transfer case, and so I'm gonna have to modify this a little bit. I got a guy that's going to weld it up for me. He's gonna like cut it. I just gotta take it to him, so he's gonna fix that, bring it over a little bit, tuck it up a little bit more so it could bolt up to the piping. But I don't even know if I'm gonna run I'm probably definitely not gonna run that stock piping because that stuff is too small compared to this 3-inch. So I might run it straight for now, but just move it over until I can get some piping. But I got all this put on. Got the return line bolted up, everything's good there. I got about a finger clearance there, so hopefully it doesn't move and touch here. I think what I'm gonna have to do with the intercooler couplers is probably run it straight from here, maybe notch it out a little bit right here, because you can see it's a little close with the coupler on there. It's gonna come close to here, so I'm gonna have to notch this out a little bit. And then I haven't mocked up the the intercooler yet. So I think when I do, I'm gonna have to scoot it over a little bit, so that way one of the inlets right here will just be, you know, just a quick little turn in right there. I have to run it there because if I push the housing back, it hits this, and then I won't be able to get the coupler on it. And then also with my fitting, I actually went with the what is this, the push lock. Shout out to Rito Fab on IEG. Told me to pick these up. He saw that I was using, you know, the standard brass fitting one then, and he said to get these, so I picked this up, put that on there, and we're gonna go ahead and do push lock instead. So I got that on there, and if I go that way, then it hits this, and I can go on the back side of it, but it's a cluster, you know what, man. So I'm just gonna run it here and try to, you know, make that work. There, I got plenty of room right here for the wastegate and all that. That's gonna sit, you know, roughly right here. I gotta mock that up, and that'll be good to go. I haven't bolted up the feed because I gotta test it and make sure, you know, I got oil running through there. But yeah, that's it. I'm waiting on I'm having some parts delivered, cap, rotor, spark plug wires, and plugs, so I gotta wait on that to even try to crank it, but this thing's pretty much ready to go. I do have to cap off some you know, nipples here. I gotta get them, run to the auto parts store and pick those up and cap those off. So for now, I'm probably just gonna, you know, use my finger until I can go pick those up. I didn't order those, so I have to do that and put oil in it. I'm not gonna hook the radiator up or put any fluid. I'm just gonna see, you know, crank it, start it. If it turns over, then cool, I know it's good, and then I'll go ahead and shut it off. And then, I mean, I'm not gonna run it for very long without any fluids in it. I won't let it get, you know, hot or anything like that. I just want to make sure it starts. So I'm gonna do all that. As long as everything sounds good, run it for a couple minutes, shut it off, hook up the radiator, run all those, you know, hoses, and button it up, and then probably just run it like that, just how it is. I have to find somebody to weld on my intercooler piping and mock, you know, get that stuff all put on for me. So it's probably just gonna run like this. I'm not gonna run any boost or anything like that. I'll hook the oil line up, the feed's good, run it, you know, just like this, no boost, not even VTEC. I'm not even gonna hook that up. I'm just gonna run just the motor itself, and that beeping is really loud. All right, so now we got the ice cream man. It's all good. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's you know, we've been doing little stuff here and there. It's not enough to time lapse because I've been taking my time, so I don't want to put you guys on a time lapse, and there wouldn't be much going on because I've been going back and forth underneath, you know, up here doing this, checking all the stuff underneath. I still got to put the axles in. I haven't even put those in yet, so I still got to put the axles and the half shaft in and all that stuff. Haven't even done that yet either. But I just got through bleeding the clutch. That was one thing that I needed to do. Just finished doing that. Clutch feels okay. I'm gonna, you know, wait until I get to drive it, and then I might, you know, check it again, but feels good. I cleaned that all out because the fluid is really nasty, so nice and clear fluids running through there now. But yeah, just little stuff. We're making progress little by little. You know, we should get this thing started as long as I can get those parts today. Should you know, check to see if it'll start at least. But I'm gonna go ahead and put some fluids in now, wait for those other parts to come, and I'll pick the camera back up from there. So see you guys in a second. We got everything. Actually, the cap that I bought was incorrect, so we're just going to use the one that was on here, but I did put a new rotor on. So new rotor, old cap, brand new wires, new plugs, everything's tapped. We already actually cranked it over, let the oil pressure run, so I you know, till it came out of here. So I'm good here, all the oil came through, no oil leaks, oil filters on, everything appears to be capped up. I haven't checked for fuel pressure yet because I unplugged the ECU, and I think that obviously will trigger the gauge for that. So I got to plug the ECU in, crank it back up, see if we have fuel pressure, and then we should be good. So we're going to do all that right now. Plug the ECU back in, prime it a couple times, make sure I'm, you know, reading fuel, and then we'll go ahead and try to crank it over. So let's see what happens right now. Wait, go.
That's loud.